Why are retro games so important? I always thought it was a matter of game preservation, or maybe for you it's even nostalgia. But as it turns out, that's just a very small fraction of the importance of not only retro games, but physical media itself. Let's talk. So for Christmas, I decided to get the rest of my family all Chromatics by Mod Retro. Now, it's also good to point out that I did buy both of the boys their own video game consoles this year as well. Leland got a PlayStation 5 and Crosby got an Xbox Series X. Something wild happened on Christmas Day, and it started with my 11-year-old Leland. He picked up his Chromatic and he started going through my games, and he found one of the newer releases by Mod Retro called Tales of Monsterland, and he started playing it, and he just sort of became enamored by it. And it's a very simple little 8-bit action adventure side scroller. There's nothing crazy about it. At first sight, he's like, ooh, some old school graphics. Now here's the interesting thing. If this were an app on his iPad or a game on his Switch or something like this, this is the point where he probably would have closed the game down and popped in something new. But he only had one game to choose from. So what did he do? He played more of that game. He realized, wow, this game is actually pretty cool. When we got home and he got out of the car, we were walking up to the house and he says, Dad, you know, I think I'm gonna try and beat this game today. And that's when I realized that we live in a culture these days where there are hundreds, thousands, in some cases, millions of things that are vying for our attention. So my son didn't feel the need to flip through a bunch of games to hold his attention. He only had the one game at his disposal. So the next time you go by a garage sale or a secondhand store and see a copy of Cobra Triangle with some dip's name carved into it with a wood burning tool, you should pick it up and keep it in your collection, because that thing meant something to somebody at some point in their lives. And maybe it might mean something to somebody that's not in your life yet.